Hello, you lovely degenerates.
Welcome back to Monster Mates, where we talk
Yes,
about everything Monster Girl related.
correct. This is the 29th episode of Season 2 of Monster Mate. Spencer,
Yes.
please choose a number between 1 and 131.
I was forgetting something.
That was
I'm like,
you.
ready to record? Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute.
You have to get your thing so you don't mix up your numbers.
I know. Uh, you know what? I feel confident in myself. No,
Uh-huh.
actually, no, I don't. I just found it.
Okay.
I'm going to go for number 94.
94. The lower one. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Mindflayer episode.
Mindflayer.
Yes, like the D&Ds. Although we never fought a mind flayer in D&D, or I should say you've never fought a mind flayer
I've
in
never
D&D.
fought a mind flayer
We
in
never
D&D.
got that far.
Oh,
Yes.
it's very similar to the Shogoth girl.
A little bit. All right.
You got this.
Yeah,
This is your,
I got
This
this.
is your domain.
Mr. D&D man over here. All right. Grotesque enchantress with tentacles growing from their head and lower body with who form peculiar societies underground. Highly intelligent and dangerous with an extremely obscene mentality, they possess the power to manipulate the mind. They are of a different mind from even the radical faction of the Demon Lord's army, and although they have been influenced by the Demon Lord, they are not her underlings. According to one explanation, it is purported that they are a race who serve chaos monsters that slumber deep within the depths of the sea, and it is their duty to fill the land with their minions. They appear above ground seeking prey, and they will not only target human men who serve as their partners, but also actively assault human women to entice them into becoming the same race.
Oh.
They seize their prey as if embracing them from behind and slip their tentacles into the prey's head through the ears to directly pour in demonic energy and pleasurable signals. The rational mind and thoughts melt away, and the mind flayer slurps them up. The prey's mind is consumed by pleasure, and the watery sounds of the mind flayer's tentacles noisily stirring about inside their head. The prey. Wait, I also forgot. We forgot to say our ratings for this.
I don't know anything about this. I
Okay.
couldn't even give an initial rating. I would
Okay.
give this from what little you've read so far. I'm like, or as just like a base for like Shogath, I was just gonna go for maybe a 4.
Okay, yeah, I was honestly gonna go for the same 4 before rating, but anyways, praise mind. The prey will be completely helpless and unable to do anything but gasp and moan. If the prey is male, then a lewdly obscene mind suitable for the partner of a mind flayer will be implanted inside his defenseless head. Once a man becomes a being that exists to have sex with a mind flayer, his body and mind will no longer put forth any resistance at all when the mind flayer habitually coils around her husband using her body and tentacles to induce pleasure. Such men will experience joy as their mind is melted and slurped out along with their spirit energy. On the other hand, in the case that her prey is female, it is said that she won't immediately be converted into a monster and will instead be released while still human. However, just getting a whiff or the odor of a human man or his spirit energy will be intoxicating, and she'll be unable to maintain her ordinary thought processes. In all likelihood, the woman will have been partially modified so that only parts of her memories, values, senses, and perception will be that of a monster. She may have been granted only a monster's olfactory sense, or she may have been implanted with a monster value such as taking pleasure in being sexually desired by others, or a false memory such as becoming a monster and having sex with a man. While a woman will retain her human body, she will be inflamed with a monster's passion and learn the pleasure of being a monster. No matter how much she masturbates and has sex, she will never be able to experience fulfillment in her human body, and her mind will be eaten away. She will start to frequently recall the pleasure and watery noise of having her mind slurped, and despite having been released, will end up making her way back to the mind flayer on her own. When the Mind Flayer enjoys herself by sipping the taste of a human woman's mind, she will notice that it is changing into something appropriately obscene and befitting of a minion. As if to reward her, she will change the woman slightly closer to being a monster. As these events repeat, eventually the woman will beg to be changed into a monster. Sometimes such women will sexually assault men while still human in order to show off that they are of the appropriate mind to become a minion. After debauching her mind to such a degree, a woman will finally be accepted as a new mind flayer. Also, they themselves are always immersed in the obscene, watery noises. Even if they don't have prey, they will use their tentacles on their own bodies. In order to make sex with their partner more pleasurable and fulfilling, they continually melt their mind and reforge it into something even more obscenely debauched. The squid-like thing covering their lower abdomen frequently squirms as if it were an entirely separate organism. It is said that they pat it lovingly with tentacles and then it releases white viscous fluid. Men who become intimate with them are suddenly transformed into squids, becoming stuck coiled around their hips with a tentacle slipped inside their lower abdomen. This has been observed, but even when asked about the truth, the only response of the Mind Flayer is to smile alluringly. Kenko's notes.
Oh my god, if you look at the... Oh my god.
Trivia, this monster is based off the Illithid from the Dungeons & Dragons universe. Yeah, I figured. Illithid are more commonly known as Mind Flayers, yes. And Kenko's notes. This time's update is Mind Flayer-san. Much remains uncertain about these monsters, and they possess terrifying abilities and a terrifying mentality compared to other monsters. They have become females due to the influence of the Demon Lord, but it seems they aren't actually underlings of the Demon Lord. And so, for details, please check the erotic Monster Girl profile, which we just did. So yeah, hypnotism.
Hypnotism,
less
plus
hypnotism, more brainwashing.
Lots of brainwashing, lots of actually turning you into a squid and attaching you correctly to her cooch.
Yes. Oh goodness, what's that book series that's become memeified?
The book series?
Yeah, it's like humans turning into wild animals. Oh,
Animorphs?
Animorphs, that's it. It's like an episode of Animorphs.
Yeah, the R-rated
episode,
version.
I mean book. It's an Animorph.
Yeah, it's like the R-rated kind.
Way.
No. Oh my god.
This is also spoilers for Bloodborne. You should probably take off your...
You beat me to it. I was literally gonna say,
spoilers
where's my
for
doll?
Bloodborne. Take your headphones off for 5 seconds in 3, 2, 1. This is the secret ending of Bloodborne. Okay, spoiler.
It's not even the secret ending. This is the true ending. Become squid. Return to squid.
Anyways.
But this sounds awful.
This doesn't sound great, although obviously
I think the girls get it better than the guys. Like, the girls get it so much better, actually.
I love the Eldritch design, obviously. But as for what happens, I don't want to be a squid now. Maybe a kid now, but I don't want to be a squid now.
I don't ever want to be a squid now, like permanently. I like her design. I like the smile. I think she's cool. I like the Mind Flayer like aesthetic. It's kind of similar to the Shogath one, but at least the Shogath one like was lovingly and was like a maid that did things for you, but you went corrupt as it was happening.
This is just, you literally get your brain tickled by literally by their tentacles. You get brain tickled. I've
read one too many dojins of the tentacle brain thing with like the girls, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm being rewritten."
That part I haven't seen.
Really?
But, yeah, not that one in particular.
I've seen one where it was specifically the tendrils like this fucking with them to where they could all they could do is like pleasure. That's all they could do.
Gotcha.
So I was like, oh, okay, so that's where this idea came from.
Yeah. It's like I know of it, but I've just never sought out that kind of material personally.
Well, here's the thing.
Whatever.
I didn't either, but then I found
just
one.
Kinda,
It just kind of happened.
just kind of came to you.
It just literally you go there for one tag, and then another tag shows up, and you're like, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's happened to me too. But that's what's it. Mostly with tags that I like, but a series that I don't like, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll go with this. I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah, as long as it has my thing, I don't care.
Yeah. But anyways,
like mind break, I like mind break and whatever.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads with that kind of thing where they're like, oh no, only pleasure. And
yep.
And so that's with like the mind overriding thing.
Pretty much what you're going to be doing until you eventually become a squid who's just, from what it looks like in the picture, the squid is just endlessly jizzing from both its mouth and from its tentacles.
Like you. Now, my question to you: are you at this point? Are you like in a daze? Like, are you in like a slumber purgatory, or are you sentient, being like, nope, this is what I want now?
Okay, so as a squid now,
not a kid now.
Exactly. I'm going to say that you're in a half state, like you would be when she initially mind flays you.
Okay.
It's like you're in this half-conscious state of you're aware of your surroundings, and obviously you are still in motoric control, and you have all of your senses. However, all of your base desires are just satisfy the Mindflayer woman.
Again, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. I just don't want to be a squid by the end of it.
I don't want to be a squid, man. The girls get it better. All they do is they get transformed. They like, here's like, it's fucked up that they get their brain fucked with.
Yeah.
But I almost would prefer someone just fucking with my brain and being like, nah, all you see is pleasure now. I'd be like, okay.
I'd rather be a minion than having to endlessly orally pleasure her. Don't get me wrong.
You're a piece of clothing.
I like giving oral pleasure, but at the same time, I don't want to do it for eternally. Yeah, sure, go. Yeah, uh-huh.
Just the way you worded it was really funny.
Thank you, Pulp Fiction. Anyways.
I just don't want to be a piece of clothing where literally she walks up to someone, people are just like, hey, are your pants moving? And she's like, yes, it's actually my husband. As like I'm like nonstop going at it, and it's just like, oh, like she looks like she's holding the tentacle like lovingly in a way of yay.
Yeah, she's like, literally holding one of the tentacles.
Yeah, so it looks like from
gooing.
From what it looks like is, if you want a dedicated wife, you can't get any more dedicated than this.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah, but like, what's your opinion of the mind takeover for the girls?
For the girls? Okay, so for the girls' side, it's literally, I wish to be your minion. It's like, and eventually become a mind flayer yourself, I would imagine. So,
yes.
If that was the case for the guys as well, this would be a much different thing. But as that is only for the girls, I imagine for specific reasons. Yeah, I feel like that the girls who encounter a mind flayer are way better off in this scenario.
Significantly. Like if you're a girl and you're like really wanting something along this line, you can't. If you want something fucked up, but you want to still be in charge in some way, shape, or form and become a mind flayer yourself and be a dom, this is the way to go.
Yes.
Because like the guys just get squidified. We literally just get calamaried, and at no point is this like this is like in my head it's like a 1. Or a
Fair.
2.
In your mind, you say, well, that will probably be overwritten by her if she ever gets her hands on you.
Yeah, that 1 gets added to a 0.
0 at the end of
At
it,
the end,
yeah.
yeah, and then it'd be like, perfect 10. Perfect 10. Please, ma'am, we need to go out into public. Please strap me on. We need to go.
I wish to become a squid now and maybe a kid now.
No. Listen, I'll become a squid now. I'll give you the kid now.
Kid now. There you go. There you go.
Okay, can you enjoy this at a brothel?
Oh, goodness, I don't think you can.
I don't think this is a brothel that exists.
You literally, this is too much of a permanent, like, endpoint to be a brothel.
Like Shogoth was the same way. It was too permanent.
Yep. There's too much of a permanent effect going on here for this to become a brothel setting. This is straight up in the wilds.
And if you get caught in the wild by
it's
this,
over.
It's
You're
over.
done.
You're a squid. But okay, my question is, what if she already has one? What does she do with you?
Toss out the old and with the new.
Oh God, that's
Yep.
That's even worse.
Yep.
That's even worse. When you're a squid, when she turns you into a squid, it's not even loyal. You just get thrown out.
Yep.
Like some common pair of underwear.
I mean, yeah.
Man.
All right, I think we can give our final ratings on this.
Like, again, it's up there with we may have to see if the show guy is available again. But here's the thing. I like it, but I like it for reasons that aren't what this show is.
Yep.
I like how fucked up it is. I like the doming part of her. Basically what I'm saying is, let me be her, but I don't want to be the squid for her.
Yeah, fair. All right. Are you going to give your overall rating here?
My overall rating is easily like a 2.
A 2. All right.
I mean, if not a 2, a 1.
Okay, I'm giving this a solid 1. If I was a girl in this situation,
that was the
I'd
point.
give this. Yeah, I know. If I was a girl in this situation, I'd give this an easy 7. But as a guy in this situation, I'm giving this a hard 1. I am not backing down on this one.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I only give it an extra 1. I gave it an extra 1 for the fact of, if you're a girl, you can get enjoyment out of this, and I can be like, oh, okay, they're interesting. I like them, so I'll give you them a point. But like, everything else is literally nightmarish.
The only reason this isn't a 0 is because I like the design, and that's it. If I didn't even like the design of the Mindflayer, this would be a 0.
Like, it's really aesthetic to look at them, which is probably what they want. But like, you don't even get to enjoy tentacle hentai if you're the squid. If we, the guys, are squids, we don't even get to enjoy doing the tentacle hentai, because she literally just goes, nah, just strap it on. Nah, you don't get to do anything.
Yep.
It's like, damn. That sucked.
Non-stop super impregnation via squid.
Conflation.
It doesn't even look like she's conflating at that point.
It's just dribbling out. She's wasting it.
No, it's feeding her. That's what it is.
All right. Well,
but anyways, would you become a squid now or a kid now, and would you have sex with a Mindflayer?
And or if you are a female, would you become a Mindflayer?
Goodness. Be sure that if you enjoyed this episode, to give it a like. If you want to see more episodes, feel free to subscribe, and be sure to check out the lovely artists who made the arts for this episode. And if you want updates on the show, follow us on Twitter as well.
Thank you so much for listening.
And until then, stay tuned for the next episode.
Bye.